The Taiwan Strait is a narrow body of water. It separates mainland China from the island of Taiwan. The strait is about 130 kilometers wide at its narrowest point. It is a vital international shipping route. The strait is also a flashpoint in geopolitics. China claims Taiwan as part of its territory. Taiwan governs itself independently. This creates constant tension. The Taiwan Strait is a critical waterway for global trade. It is also a stage for potential conflict. The Taiwan Strait is a choke point. It connects the East China Sea to the South China Sea. A large amount of global trade passes through this strait. This includes goods from Japan, South Korea, and Taiwan. These goods are shipped to markets in Southeast Asia, Europe, and beyond. The strait is also important for energy security. Oil and gas from the Middle East pass through it. This energy is destined for Japan, South Korea, and China. The strait's strategic importance makes it a focal point of international attention. The Taiwan Strait's significance goes beyond economics. It is central to the complex relationship between China, Taiwan, and the United States. China sees Taiwan as a breakaway province. It seeks reunification by force if necessary. The United States has a security commitment to Taiwan. It provides Taiwan with military support. This situation creates a volatile mix. Any escalation in the Taiwan Strait could draw in major powers. This makes the strait one of the most closely watched waterways in the world. The Taiwan Strait's history is marked by conflict and division. The current situation has roots in the Chinese Civil War. This war ended in 1949. The Chinese Communist Party emerged victorious on the mainland. The defeated nationalist government fled to Taiwan. This established the People's Republic of China on the mainland. It also led to the Republic of China continuing on Taiwan. For decades, the two sides of the strait were locked in a Cold War standoff. Both claimed to be the legitimate government of all of China. However, over time, Taiwan developed its own distinct identity. It transitioned into a vibrant democracy. Despite this, China never renounced the use of force to bring Taiwan under its control. This historical baggage continues to cast a shadow over cross-strait relations. The 1990s saw a brief period of warming relations. There was hope for peaceful reunification. However, this was short-lived. China's growing economic and military power led to a more assertive foreign policy. It began to put increasing pressure on Taiwan. This included military exercises near Taiwan's shores. It also involved diplomatic efforts to isolate Taiwan internationally. The Third Taiwan Strait crisis was a major escalation of tensions. It occurred in 1995 to 1996. China conducted a series of missile tests near Taiwan. This was a show of force. It was meant to intimidate Taiwan and discourage it from seeking independence. The crisis had a significant impact. It disrupted commercial shipping in the region. It also raised fears of a wider conflict. The United States responded to the crisis with a show of force of its own. It sent 2 aircraft carrier battle groups to the area. This was a clear signal to China. The United States was committed to Taiwan's defense. The crisis eventually subsided. However, it left a lasting legacy of mistrust between China and Taiwan. It also highlighted the potential for miscalculation in the Taiwan Strait. The Third Taiwan Strait crisis was a wake-up call. It showed the world the dangers of the Taiwan issue. It also underscored the importance of managing cross-strait relations carefully. The crisis served as a reminder that the Taiwan Strait remains a potential flashpoint. It could ignite a broader conflict with global implications. In recent years, tensions across the Taiwan Strait have been rising again. China has become increasingly assertive in its claims over Taiwan. It has stepped up military activities near the island. This includes sending warships and aircraft across the median line of the strait. The median line is an unofficial maritime boundary. It has long been respected by both sides. China has also increased its economic and diplomatic pressure on Taiwan. It has sought to isolate Taiwan internationally. It has poached Taiwan's diplomatic allies. China has also used its economic clout to punish countries that strengthen ties with Taiwan. These actions have raised concerns that China may be preparing to use force against Taiwan. In October 2024, China launched a large-scale military exercise. It was called Joint Sword 2024B. The exercise simulated a blockade of Taiwan. It also involved an expanded role for the Chinese Coast Guard. This exercise was a response to Taiwan President Lai Ching-te's National Day speech. In his speech, he called for dialogue with China. However, he also asserted Taiwan's separate identity. China saw this as a provocation. The United States plays a critical role in the Taiwan Strait. It has a long-standing commitment to Taiwan's security. The U.S. policy of strategic ambiguity guides its approach. This policy deliberately leaves it unclear how the U.S. would respond to a Chinese attack on Taiwan. This ambiguity is meant to deter China from taking action. It is also intended to prevent Taiwan from declaring independence. Despite this ambiguity, the United States has deepened its ties with Taiwan in recent years. It has increased arms sales to Taiwan. It has also sent high-level officials to visit Taiwan. These actions have angered China. China sees them as a violation of the One China principle. In September 2024, the U.S. approved $567 million in military aid to Taiwan. This was the largest ever such package. The aid package included weapons systems designed to help Taiwan defend itself against a Chinese invasion. This move further strained U.S.-China relations. However, it also demonstrated the U.S. commitment to Taiwan's security. Section 6. China's unification drive. China views Taiwan as a core national interest. It sees reunification with Taiwan as an unfinished part of its national rejuvenation. Chinese President Xi Jinping has repeatedly stated his determination to achieve unification. He has not ruled out the use of force. This has raised concerns that China may be willing to risk a military conflict to achieve its goals. Xi Jinping has set a goal of achieving national rejuvenation by 2049. This coincides with the 100th anniversary of the founding of the People's Republic of China. Many analysts believe that Xi sees unification with Taiwan as essential to achieving this goal. This adds a sense of urgency to China's actions in the Taiwan Strait. China has been modernizing its military rapidly in recent years. It has developed advanced weapon systems designed to give it an advantage in a potential conflict over Taiwan. This military buildup has heightened anxieties in the region and beyond. It has also fueled a dangerous arms race in the Asia-Pacific. Section 7. Taiwan's resolve. Taiwan is determined to defend its sovereignty and democratic way of life. The Taiwanese people have shown no interest in becoming part of China. Taiwan has been strengthening its defenses to deter a potential Chinese attack. It has also been seeking to reduce its economic dependence on China. Taiwan has been seeking to bolster its international partnerships. It aims to counter China's growing influence. Taiwan has been deepening its ties with the United States, Japan, and other like-minded countries. It has also been seeking to participate in international organizations. However, China has sought to block Taiwan's participation. Taiwan's president Lai Ching-te has called for dialogue with China. He has insisted that this dialogue must happen on an equal footing. Lai has also emphasized that Taiwan will not bow to Chinese pressure. He has vowed to defend Taiwan's freedom and democracy. This firm stance has won him support domestically. It has also earned him respect internationally. Section 8. Navigating troubled waters. The Taiwan Strait is a treacherous waterway. It is prone to strong currents and unpredictable weather patterns. This makes navigation challenging even in the best of times. The heavy maritime traffic in the strait adds another layer of complexity. The strait is one of the busiest shipping lanes in the world. This increases the risk of accidents. The presence of military vessels from multiple countries further complicates the situation. There is a constant risk of miscalculation or accidents. A minor incident could quickly escalate into a major confrontation. This makes the Taiwan Strait a potential flashpoint. The Taiwan Strait's environmental conditions also pose challenges. The strait is home to a diverse marine ecosystem. However, this ecosystem is threatened by pollution and overfishing. The increasing military activities in the strait could exacerbate these problems. This highlights the importance of protecting the strait's fragile environment. Section 9. An uncertain future. The future of the Taiwan Strait remains uncertain. Tensions between China and Taiwan are high. There is a risk of miscalculation or an accident that could spark a conflict. The involvement of the United States further complicates the situation. The U.S. has a commitment to Taiwan's defense. However, it also seeks to avoid a war with China. This delicate balancing act will continue to shape the dynamics in the Taiwan Strait. The international community has a vital role to play in promoting peace and stability in the Taiwan Strait. Diplomacy and dialogue are essential to reducing tensions. Countries around the world must urge China and Taiwan to engage in meaningful talks. They should also refrain from taking actions that could escalate the situation. The future of the Taiwan Strait is not preordained. It will depend on the choices made by the key players involved. The international community must work together to prevent conflict and promote a peaceful resolution to this long-standing dispute. The stakes are simply too high to allow the Taiwan Strait to become a flashpoint for war.